I can feel the pre-workout kicking in post-gym. No, it's good because I think we get the episode down now and then I'll crash out and then I'll get high and then
You'll crash out.
we'll call it an afternoon.
You'll get all jittery during the episode and won't let me talk.
All I can say
Although that's kind of
is wow. I definitely am feeling jittery.
kind of regular. I thought we'd start off with the elephant in the room.
What's the elephant in the room?
Well, the thing that's been occupying your brain for the last 3 days.
What?
The fucking PS.
Oh, Nintendo Switch 2. You want to talk about it?
Well, no. But I thought you could subject the listeners to it rather than me.
Well, it's so funny because I thought you wouldn't have been into it. Or if
I'm not.
Or if it was your mum, I would probably say
I thought Beth would be Beth in that.
Would like to officially welcome Alex White to the soundboard.
He has his own button
He
now.
has his own button
if
now.
Only you could remember which one's which.
No, I do. Ready?
No.
Ready? Tell me what to push.
Okay, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Go.
Applause. Oh, my God.
Yep.
Simon.
What, are you going to find a boyfriend in 2 months?
Wow.
Yeah. I think I've got it down now. This is a video game.
Back to video games. But
yeah.
the thing that I am excited about
Yes.
and that I'm surprised myself with is that we've gotten into playing the Kirby game
Yes.
on the Switch recently. And
Yes.
I've never really been a video game person, as you can probably glean from the last 30 episodes of the podcast. It's always you talking about the video games. But I get to be Kirby.
You get to be Kirby.
And
yeah.
that really pleases me.
Yes, the game, and shout out to Simon who lent us Kirby.
What, are you going to find a boyfriend in 2 months? The form's coming up.
There you go. See, I knew where the button was. Yeah, Simon kindly lent us Kirby, and we've been having fucking so much fun. And then, but the thing about the Kirby on the Switch is we started playing, and you can play co-op. It's really, really fun. And I thought, I'm always like this. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bitch boy or if I'm a little, just I love my girlfriend and she's amazing. And meanwhile, Maddie's sitting there the whole time. But you're microphone number one. I was like on the podcast machine with your pink microphone.
Always.
And I was like, you know what? I want you to be player one. You be Kirby. Not realizing that as Kirby, I thought we're both the same character. We get to run around and just fucking fly through this game. But as Kirby, you are the one that has to solve all the puzzles.
No, I control everything.
And I'm beholden to all of your movements.
To follow me.
So if you go the other way, if you're like, no, I want to go this way. My character literally teleports to where you're going. If I'm like, no, I've played video games for 25 years, I can see that it's this direction. And you're like, no, I want to go this way, Daniel. My character just goes, okay, and just has to go, I guess we're going this way.
That's part of my favourite part.
Yes.
But my actual favourite part is mostly just running around and watching myself on the screen as Kirby, just like running with my arms behind me, like nah.
Yeah,
and just trying to suck things up all the time.
There is a lot of baby, watch me run while we play.
But the best part about it is you get to suck up all the objects and then you become the object.
I know.
So a lot of the, I had to suck up a traffic cone and then Kirby just becomes this little traffic cone that kind of waddles around.
It's so much fun.
So
it
funny.
is a really, really fun game.
Me laugh so much.
So Switch 2's coming out. I counted down the days for this announcement.
You had dreams all night about it.
Literally,
night before.
You got up, gave me a kiss on the forehead as you left, as you often do when you are leaving for work at 5 a.m. in the morning, which, by the way, I want to talk to you about your work in a minute. That's what we're going to talk about next. And I think the first thing I said to you as I woke up was, I had dreams about the Switch on it, because the Switch Direct to announce the all of the games and what the Switch 2 was going to be was out the night before so I could watch it that morning. I watched it at 5:45 a.m. and my God, most of the time I was watching it going, okay, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And then right at the end,
oh God,
Donkey Kong 3D, Donkey Kong Bonanza coming out. Motherfucker, clear my schedule. Clear my schedule. I am unavailable for 6 weeks.
Love Donkey Kong.
I love Donkey Kong. I do. I love Donkey Kong.
Would you
so
say
good.
it's your favorite game?
No. I don't know. Look, my relationship with Donkey Kong is thus far. I never beat Donkey Kong 64. All right? Nick?
My sister's partner, yeah.
Yes, your brother-in-law. He lent me Donkey Kong 64. I went back in the last few months and I actually beat the game because I could not do it as a kid. So I've had a real... This
a comeback moment.
It was a comeback moment, and I was like, this is a year of success for me. I am doing things I thought I could never do. This game is incredibly difficult, and I beat it. And so, my appetite for more Donkey Kong and I've enjoyed Donkey Kong Country. I love it.
You made me watch the final
and
scene
sorry, just quickly, Simon also lent me Tropical Freeze.
What, are you going to find a boyfriend in 2 months? The form's coming up.
So there's been a lot of Donkey Kong. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, you made me watch when you finished Donkey Kong a few months ago. You made me watch you beat the final boss or whatever because that was a big moment for you.
I did.
And I just couldn't get over it. The graphics are so bad. Couldn't see anything. I don't know how you see anything.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. I think we're going to call it there. Wow. I mean, look, it's of its time for sure. You know, they're talking about retro nostalgia stuff. At the time, it was amazing because of what it came from. It came from 2D side scroll and stuff, and now you're running around this 3D thing. You're right, it is quite, compared to today's standards, it's not.
Okay, it's pretty
No,
shit.
I mean, compared to today's standards, it's not great. But like what they were doing at the time was quite, revolutionary. Speaking of your work and getting up early, I was tasked today with going into Maddie's work van to remove a spider.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if we've talked about what you do for work.
I don't think we have.
Well, let's talk about it.
Well, basically what I do is I look after indoor plants and I have my own van. I go around to a lot of different businesses.
This is what I want to talk about. Yep.
And on Friday we were doing some outdoor gardening and I ended up with a bunch of, garden litter in my van, bags of them. And I was just worried that there was going to be a bunch of spiders and bugs and stuff because I was leaving my van over the weekend and they'd all crawl around. Lo and behold, leaving the site that we were gardening in, I got 5 minutes down the road, driving 70 k's an hour. And this massive huntsman crawled across the passenger side door inside, and he was huge, and he landed on the door of the passenger door, the handle of the passenger door. And I had to stay calm and pull over as safely as I could, having a mild heart attack. I looked away for a second. I looked back. He was gone. I opened the passenger window hoping he would just kind of go out. He might have, but I didn't see it happen. Yep.
I got a phone call during this time. I got a phone call and a message, and this was a panic situation.
I was panicking.
This was almost like hey, I'm pulling over.
I was
I'm getting out.
considering leaving the van there, getting an Uber, and just because I had another job to go to, but I was like, I'm gonna have to burn this van down. I can't do this. What do? I was by myself.
I told the girls at work because I went outside, gave you a call, and was like, it's okay, tried to reassure you, being like, if you shoot him away, he's probably terrified and hiding, and he won't come out until he thinks it's safe.
I didn't shoo him away. He ran away on his own.
Yeah, well, he probably just felt the energy, I don't know. But I went and told the girls the situation at work, and they had 100% empathy. They were like, I was like, Maddie's a bit stressed out, and I was like, they go, what's going on? What happened? And I explained the situation, and their just jaws were on the floor, just going, I don't know what I do.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do. I just had to keep driving. I couldn't find him.
I, on the other hand, love spiders, and I have
Danny loves spiders.
I love them.
He'll happily pick them up. He'll just hand to the massive huntsman, pick it up, crawls all over him, doesn't bother him at all.
Most of them are not going to bite.
I know they won't bite. That's the thing, but it just triggers this response in you.
I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have that at all.
I have it with something really weird. I think I've talked about it before with blue tongue lizards.
Yeah, which I find really bizarre. Yes, because I'm not scared of those at all.
Lizards freak me out.
Yeah.
Komodo dragons. Oh my
doesn't bother
God,
me.
terrifying. No. I don't know why, but spiders I find so adorable. I love them,
and I will never kill them. I would never want to do that.
Thank God.
I have no malice against them. They just scare me, and I don't want them near me.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is what I want to talk about, though. So I was tasked today. We got home from the coast, and I was tasked today with going in and investigating and finding this spider. Your background is, and we've talked about it before, is you're an aerial instructor. You come from the world of dance. Yes. You have students. You've done all this stuff. You've shifted your careers into this thing. This is the first time I realized today that I stepped foot inside this van.
Yeah.
And my God, Maddie, stepping into this van, first of all, the smell, the overall look. No, hear me out. This is a tradie fucking van.
Yeah.
I realized today I'm dating a tradie. And when I was in that van, it's like I could hear the conversations you were having with the guys at work about me. Do you know what I mean? I could hear that you were in the van with the boys going, I just wish I'd get, I'd get home and he'd just fucking cook something, Like I could just hear it. I don't know. There was something about being in that van that I really felt like.
The smell. It does
Vans.
not smell.
No. Vans. No.
I keep it very clean.
It's not about that. Vans have a smell.
They do.
Tradie vans
Especially
have a smell.
Vans,
Construction vans. I used to work in. I was a pool boy, and we had the pool cleaning vans. And outside of the smell of chlorine, I don't know if it's the wood or the material. Work vans, if you're using it for work, they're always...
They have a certain
You can
smell.
keep it clean, but there's like clean and then there's tradie clean.
Yeah.
It's like, I just cleaned it out, and you look at it and you're like, this thing is just insane.
It's battered.
It's like every corner of the van is looking at you going, yeah, good eye, mate. How are you? Like that's... And I really was like, I am with a tradie,
Yeah.
And even though here's the thing, even though I felt like, before I went into the van, I felt like I'm doing the man thing. I'm getting in and I'm looking for the spider. But I did not feel any more masculine doing that because I was in that van going, Spider, where are you? Spidey. And I could just hear you going, hey, fucking. Oh, just fucking.
Back to the old ball and chain.
Back to the old ball and yeah. I'll just get home and he's just yak, I just want to fucking. I didn't realise. Yeah. I'm with a tradie.
That really solidified it for you.
I could hang out with other wives of tradies.
Well, you could easily do that anyway.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, and here I am with my white wine, and I'm sitting here. And you often are tired when you get home. You're often tired when you get home.
I have a very physical job.
Isn't it even the way you just said that? Of course I am. What do you think? I'm bloody out on my feet all day.
I'd love to have a cushy office job.
Yeah. I don't get to bloody put my feet up like you.
I don't. It's very go.
It's very go.
Yeah,
I know.
I drive a lot.
You drive a lot? Yeah.
I get really dirty.
Yeah, you do.
I am. I'm a tradie.
Do you holler at sexy females all day?
Yeah, I whistle out the window all the time.
Hey, sweetheart. You just see the tartars on that one back there. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're looking at me.
No, I do it internally.
But your face was like looking at me like, are you an idiot? Of course I do. What do you think my job is?
No, I would never scare women on the street, but I do it internally for sure.
Yeah, right.
Just in my head. I would never participate in that culture.
And I'm so sorry to bring this up and continue to make this podcast about our relationship, but
we've got to move on in a second.
This week, could you at least cut down going to the pub with the boys after work? Because that's just been out of control.
I mean, what do you want from me? What could you possibly need me home for?
I just think we should be spending more quality time together.
The guys are my mates. It's very important we bond outside of work. Get off my back.
Maddie, do you want to intro us in 3, 2, 1?
Hello.
Beautiful. Today we are talking about the Easter show.
Yeah.
And Easter.
We're talking about Easter because...
I don't know why.
Well,
Just wanted
we're
to
excited because Easter is a fun family time for us. Well, for me, but now you, because you just get dragged along in my family antics.
I do.
But...
And, I had been... Oh, sorry. You please go.
No, off you go.
I was just saying, I was just reflecting about it, and there was a couple of stories that I could sort of remember about Easter and the Easter show and everything like that. But what we were doing on the way back from the coast was we were talking about, we don't really know or understand what the origin of Easter is.
No, neither of us knew.
And so you looked it up in the car, but what you didn't know, which I thought was so interesting, and you're like, why didn't we talk about this on the podcast? And I thought this was just common knowledge, but that the image of Santa, I'm sure everyone's going to go, we know.
I didn't know.
I don't know how you didn't come across this fact, but I thought it was just fucking well known. But the image of Santa started...
The big guy with
red coat, everything.
Long white beard. Yeah.
Everyone that's listening to this pod right now is screaming.
We know.
And is screaming, it was invented by Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola, that was a marketing campaign that gave Santa the image of that.
Which is crazy to me.
Yes, I know.
Like, what did he look like before?
I think he was just
a
a guy.
I'm
pretty sure he was just a guy. Yeah.
Just
so
Nicholas, just Nick.
I think so.
Just
yeah.
Santa, just I don't know, just any guy.
Just the local
just
pedophile.
A generic. Did kids still go and sit on his lap and stuff? Because I looked it up, and Coca-Cola first released the drink in 1860 something or 1880 something. Can't remember. Somewhere around there. It was 1800. Do they still get money every time he appears?
No.
Probably.
That's a really good point.
Probably.
I don't think they've
Who owns the rights now? Just Christmas?
I don't think they've trademarked it. I don't think you can trademark a certain...
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
let me just have a look. While Coca-Cola didn't invent Santa Claus, they did trademark their specific depiction of him, particularly the jolly red-suited figure with a white beard.
See? They probably still get, what do you call that?
Royalties.
Royalties.
No, I don't think so.
They would.
I don't think so.
Yeah, every time a Santa appears at a shopping centre,
I just don't
they
think
get
so.
$2.
$2?
I don't know. Look, imagine all the Santas around the world. That's a lot of $2.
Look, it is. That's a lot of $2. I don't know how it works.
We'll find out.
Anyway, we're not talking about Christmas today.
Okay, we're going to call Coke and get back to you.
Let's call Coke.
Anyway, so back to Easter. The Easter Bunny. We didn't know where that came from. We didn't. hadn't even thought about it really.
No, listen. I would bet money that it's some religious thing.
Yeah.
But I was curious. I was like, is that linked to a corporation or a marketing campaign? Is there a similar story? Why the chocolate? Why the Easter bunny and the eggs? I know that this is a fact that I feel like every couple of years people wonder and then they look up. And then they don't retain it. Because I swear I've looked this up before. I haven't. I don't know. The Easter Bunny just is not as memorable.
Stick with you.
Yeah. Because he doesn't have a story, There's not a journey. There's not an arc. It's just like he brings...
Santa, apparently.
Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Krampus. Krampus is his bad brother.
No, but what I mean is there's almost like a law in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
There's the North Pole. There's the elves.
Yeah.
There's Mrs. Claus. There's a whole world.
There's a world.
At this point that they've built. The Easter Bunny is,
he
it's
doesn't
a bunny.
Have a home.
It's a thing. It's
Oh,
that.
that's sad. Should we put him up for adoption? Little bunny.
Well,
he doesn't have a house.
Yeah. No, he does have it. Oh,
No,
fuck,
he
I don't know.
doesn't.
What is it?
Not
Oh,
that
fuck.
we know of.
Do you think the story of the Easter Bunny
Well,
is he's homeless and he's hoping someone adopts him, so he's just bringing everyone chocolate. And then year after year he's going, still no one's adopted me.
I'd adopt him.
Well, Marty would fuck him up.
You wouldn't. You're mates with him.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, what's the origin? Tell us.
Look, I'll just preface this by saying I didn't do a deep dive. So some of this, I literally just asked AI. So, don't hold me to this. But this is what it says.
Right.
So obviously he kind of, bunny, I don't know, she, they, whoever, comes from, it's sort of a mix of ancient folklore.
Ooh.
So it does have a religious element, but it sort of comes in after they got invented, the bunny.
The bunny comes after the religious thing?
No.
I would assume.
No.
I would assume.
The Bible attributes it sort of after the fact.
What do you mean?
So the bunny came before the Bible.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. So you're saying, because, growing up in a Christian household, I do know that the meaning of Christmas has to do with Jesus' death and resurrection. Good Friday is when Jesus died. Easter Sunday is when he rose. And you're telling me that before that happened, according to history, before in the Christian text, Jesus came and died, every year there was a bunny that came and delivered chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. Like, what's your point?
So do you think, does that mean that everyone, while Jesus was dying and like the whole world was about that, was everyone...
They were waiting for him.
Yeah, no, but they were waiting for the bunny.
Yeah.
So then Jesus died, they're seeing him on the cross and everybody's whispering going, did the Easter bunny come?
Did you get your chocolate?
Did the Easter bunny come today? Is this going to affect the Easter bunny?
It's going a bit long.
Like this, obviously this is sad. Obviously this is sad. The Messiah that God sent back is dying before our eyes. But is the Easter bunny, does he take the,
old folklore, right?
Tell me.
So, in the, olden times, don't know when, sometime before the Bible, BB, before Bible. Hares, right, not rabbits, hares were a symbol of fertility and new life. This is sort of, I guess, I'm just guessing here, but it's sort of in the gods and goddesses time. Oh. Well, because they're good because they're good at multiplying. They multiply really fast.
They breed like literally expression breed like rabbits. Yes.
Yeah. So, as legend has it, a spring goddess named Ustra turned.
I'm sorry. What AI did you look up for this?
This is chat.
What? Okay, go on.
GPT.
Yeah.
She turned a bird into a rabbit.
Okay.
That could lay eggs.
Oh my God.
So it's a bird-rabbit hybrid.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Rabbit lays eggs.
Yeah.
That doesn't normally happen. Rabbits have live young normally.
Yes.
Yes. That's classic mythology story.
Right.
Okay. Then in the 1600s in Germany, the Osterhaus, which is the magical egg-laying hare.
Yeah.
Right. Osterhaus started hiding colourful eggs for kids. So that became the symbol for Easter, sort of.
No.
The German immigrants then brought that tradition to the US.
No.
Over time, it morphed into the chocolate-loving sort of Easter bunny.
You know what I would have preferred? That ChatGPT just responded with, you know what, I don't know, instead of just this nonsense of 4 different parallel stories.
So I think it came from Germany, sort of.
But then what's the bird and what the fuck happened there? A bird got turned into a rabbit?
Yes.
So bird gets turned into a rabbit.
Yes.
It goes, I am now flightless.
Yes.
I still lay eggs even though I am a bunny.
Yes.
Why does then this figure go and deliver chocolate eggs?
Yes. Don't know about that, but I told you I didn't do a deep dive. So now it's part of the Christian...
Maddie, I don't think you did a dive.
I did do a dive, thank you. Do not mock my research.
Okay, go on.
Okay, and then it became a Christian symbol.
Yes.
As a fun way to celebrate the sort of new life aspect of Jesus coming back from the rock that he was buried under.
Yes,
there you go.
Yeah, I mean buried behind, but yes, sure. Okay. Yeah.
So it actually says here that it's it changes its mind a lot. But the mix of ancient
in its response, it goes, but then, oh God, I don't know. Fuck. Why did you ask me this? Why do you even care? Easter's shit. That's what ChatGPT said.
I love that they changed it from hare to bunny though, because like bunny's cute and more appealing than hare.
Yeah. The hare's the big one, right?
They think it started with pagan spring festivals.
Yeah. So that's religious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no in your research. There's no record of like, and then Daryl Lee jumped on this and made the fucking bunny or anything.
Let
like
me
that.
check.
Okay.
I'll ask Chat, our mate. Chat.
Oh well, it's been so successful so far, ChatGPT, with this Easter.
I mean, I
category.
gave you a pretty good overview.
Yes, but see, I think this is the thing. I think what's missing from Easter, and what is not there from with Christmas, is it doesn't really have that story, that lore.
Yeah.
Do you remember the shit movie? People might call this sacrilege, me saying it's shit, but there's Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Oh yeah.
And then they
tried to Santa Claus.
But then they tried to bring they've tried to do it previously, where they bring the Easter Bunny in and they go, and he's doing this thing.
They don't really give him his own.
No.
Is there an Easter Bunny movie? Is there any movies about?
I think, hang on a second. I don't think so. Easter Bunny movie.
So,
but if there is, we got to watch it.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, Hop.
Oh, Hop.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
E.B., the Easter Bunny's teenage son, heads to Hollywood determined to be a drummer in a rock and roll band. Oh, my God. Wow.
To answer your question of how it became chocolate and everything, it's just marketing.
Okay. Yeah.
Easter became more.
Here's what we can sell.
Exactly.
I
how
think
can we make money from this?
Yeah, I think most of it is probably going to be to do with that, right? Like Valentine's Day, all of that shit. It's just like, oh, we can make people buy stuff.
What was your childhood experience of the Easter Bunny?
All right, so great question. I just remember waking up and finding eggs. I remember Mum doing some sort of Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, we always had a hunt.
Yeah, there was some sort of Easter egg hunt, but I also remember, it was different because Christmas, and we talked about this when we did our Christmas episode, it's like you had these designated spots. You wake up, you come out, Santa has left presents under the tree.
Yeah.
But the Easter Bunny's process felt so
random
and different,
erratic,
depending on which household you're in.
I mean, when you think about it, bunnies would be more erratic than an old white man.
That is very true. There's no organization.
He would have it.
There's
ritual.
just chaos. They know by instinct.
In, scatter.
Yeah, we got to put chocolates there, but they run in. They're like, oh, I don't know where to put it. Hop. Let's get the fuck out of here. Next house.
Throw something. Done.
Yes. No, I don't remember there being a thing. But look, again, growing up in a religious household, Easter was very much about Jesus,
yeah.
Yeah. And then, so I don't think it was like, oh, look at what the Easter Bunny. There was probably a little bit of that, but my memory is going to church basically all weekend.
Oh.
Well, on Friday and Sunday. You pointed at the button.
There's nothing I could imagine worse.
No, because it was always a bummer.
For people who like church.
Yeah, but Friday, like Good Friday church was always about Jesus was murdered and died.
Oh, yeah.
Depresso. Died on the cross. But then it was also about, and then he comes and he rises and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of that. So I don't remember.
So was your family
I remember
sad on Fridays?
No. Because it's a celebration. It's like, it's just like remembering, look at this amazing thing.
This
he died for us.
This is the day he died,
Yeah. But I do remember Mum getting these little baskets, and putting them in these baskets for us all, and having probably an equal amount of eggs.
Yeah,
and
there were
she put a lot of effort in.
So
She put a lot of effort in. Yeah, it was right.
It was 1,000 of you. That would have been hard to buy that much chocolate, really.
Yeah. They did a lot. They did a lot
into Easter and Christmas, probably.
They did. They absolutely did. So, what about you?
Well, Easter was really fun at our place because we would have an Easter egg hunt. Usually in the house, sometimes in the yard.
Oh,
So Mum would do the same thing. She'd get creative with where they'd leave the eggs. Sometimes they'd be up in a light or something.
Oh my God.
It would get more hard.
Oh my God.
Every year.
I actually think I should ask Drew about this at our office for my job. I think there was one street, they used to do an Easter egg hunt.
Cute.
And I think years later they found eggs that never got found. I've got a memory of that, of like they would go so over the top.
Moldy chocolate egg.
No, those eggs were indestructible.
Like behind the toilet or something.
Yeah, just insane places. You know?
Great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's probably eggs from Easter egg hunts in like 1982 that have still not been found to this day.
Back from pagan times.
Yeah.
But we'd also, Mum would do this cute thing where she'd always buy all three of us girls, so I have two sisters, matching pajamas. So every year we'd sort of have
cute.
these matching pajamas, which
Wait a
was
minute.
really sweet.
The pajamas that your mum bought me,
Yes.
was that at Easter?
That was Christmas.
Right.
But it is a bit of a mum tradition that she started. For some reason, she always gets us something to do with pajamas.
Am
on
I
Easter.
getting... Well, we used to get that Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Yeah. We used to get... And I used to get boxer shorts. I remember having Power Rangers one, and my little penis would, because they were always too big for me, so my little penis would just be flapping around.
God, no one needs to hear about your penis.
So there it was, my little penis. Right?
But yeah,
So-
anyway, so...
Sorry, just before we move on.
But Mum still does it. She still buys us pajamas or, slippers or a dressing gown for Easter, which is very sweet.
That's
Even
really
though
sweet.
we're all very much grown adults.
Yeah, totally. So Christmas Eve, we'd get the boxes. My little penis would be there. You tried so hard to move on. And I'm like, no, penis, my little penis. Sorry, okay.
But yeah, and then we'd also get a little bag of chockies each.
That's really cute. Yeah.
But
Well,
my grandma NB, she would always give us chocolate as well. But it would always be this old sort of like waxy chocolate that you'd never want to eat.
Yeah.
So she'd give you old sort of Easter
Classic
eggs
grandma.
that have been sitting around and it tastes like candle
They're the
wax.
ones she found around town, They're the ones
the
that have
town
been buried,
Easter egg hunt.
that they paved road over,
She found them in the library from like 20 years
After
ago.
after nuclear holocaust, aliens are going to come down and just find all these Easter eggs. So, oh my god, we found the Easter eggs.
The best preserved chocolate because it's made of candle wax.
Well, that's what I mean. And you said before, you were like, oh, it's old and moldy, but no, these Easter eggs were fucking indestructible.
Because they tasted foul. It's not chocolate you want to eat.
Fair.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about
Yeah.
the Easter shows. The
So-
Royal Sydney Easter Show.
The Royal Sydney Easter Show.
What, are you going to find a boyfriend in 2 months? The form's coming up.
We don't have another Easter show drop, so I just thought, well, let's get Simon to pop back in.
Close enough.
Well, it's really funny, isn't it? Because there's things that stick in your mind, and there's a couple of that not necessarily big stories, but I do think it's funny that it's like these kind of moments that just plaster into your head from such a young age. It's like there's one time I went with Dad, and I remember nothing else or barely anything else about the day, but I remember being right at the end when they do the Man from Snowy River, and the cars and the fucking stunt show and all that shit.
What?
Right at the end.
What?
So if you go to the Easter show,
Yes.
they close the show
Okay.
with some performances. If you
No.
go into the big arena,
No.
you didn't do that?
Never saw that.
What the fuck? What do you mean?
Who stays till the end?
It's like $90 to get in. What do you mean? What are you
Like, you go in, you see the animals, you go on some rides, you get a show bag, you fuck off.
You stay at the end. They do fireworks.
You stay all day. All
Yeah,
day.
I thought that's what everyone did.
No.
Are you serious?
What?
You just pop in and out
stay
like you're
2
going
hours.
like you're going to fucking Myer and picking up perfume? What are you talking about?
Maya.
I don't know. I mean, like you're going to the mall.
Who
Like
shops at Myer?
you're dropping $60 on tickets or whatever, walking in and just going, all right, we'll just have a quick peruse. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. No.
You stayed all day.
I paid money to get in the door. I'm not going anywhere until every fucking activity's been ticked off. Thank you very
Oh my
much.
God.
And right at the end, they do the Man from Snowy
They
River.
do the man. What does that mean?
The man. Okay, so I'll paint the picture. All right.
Can't
I
wait.
always went in the same boxes that I got from Christmas Eve. And I was standing there, my little penis flapping around.
You didn't go in your boxes.
I'm sorry, but my little penis is part of the story, Maddie.
Bringing it up.
So my little penis was there. No, okay. No. So right at the end, you go. There's a big arena, and that's where they kind of close the show.
I know the arena.
Yeah. And so
Didn't they just have wood chopping there?
No. Different arena. No. Right in the main area.
Okay.
Fucking hell. Please message or comment. Please, if you know what I'm talking about,
Okay.
somebody stick with me here that it's insane to not stay to the end of the Easter show.
No,
That's
I
insane.
think everyone will be on my side.
Are
for
you
this.
kidding? It's so
No,
much money to
I'm
get
staying
in.
to the end of the Easter show.
Listen, you're missing
What time
out.
did you get there?
I don't know, like morning, I think.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, we would tuck it out by
What
the end.
time does it
we
finish?
would tuck it out.
9 p.m.
I think so. I think you
9.
actually nailed it. Yeah.
You stay for 12 hours.
Oh no, we don't get there at 9. Jesus.
I am appalled by
But
this.
I think we get 9 or 10 hours.
How
What?
Okay, anyway.
I'll tell you the stories, right? There's a couple of stories I'll tell you. So that bit at the end, they do a bunch of performances and stunt shows. They have cars and motorbikes that come out and do these fucking death-defying acts.
Okay.
Then a lot of
It's
the
a bit
years.
weird to follow that up with Man from Snowy River.
It is. It's weird, and I don't know why. And they did it almost every year, where
Is
they
it a
have horses.
play?
It's kind of a play where they have horses and people on horses, and then they do tricks.
Okay.
And they have like the people in, and they have a narrator.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's still.
That's you in the
Seems
audience. That's
weird.
you in the
Yeah,
audience.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's you in the audience.
Fine.
Okay, fine. They're doing vox pops after. So what did you think? Yeah, okay, fine.
Fine.
So I remember and this is stuck in my brain, Maddie, and oh my God, I would have been young. For some reason, I was kicking someone's chair in front of me.
Oh no.
I was kicking this chair, and I remember every brain cell, every thought that led up to like what happened. I remember kicking this guy's chair and thinking I should probably, even at that young age, I should probably stop kicking his chair.
Mm.
And he turned around to me, and I swear, he was an older man, the most polite way you could handle this situation. Like, big smile. Hey, I'm so sorry. But I'm so sorry to ask. But would it be all right if you stopped kicking my chair? And I remember still at that young, just not emotionally developed age, being like, oh, okay. And then stopping kicking the chair, feeling embarrassed and ashamed, and in my head going, what a cunt. You know?
How dare you?
Like, even at that young age, being like, you fuck. Fuck you. Fucking tell me to stop kicking your chair.
Don't tell me what to do.
You fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up.
Trying to enjoy Man from Snowy River.
I want to travel back in time and kick it even harder. And it's so funny because
Kick your head next
that
time.
is bolted into my brain.
So funny.
Meeting Jade and Ryan from Cheese TV.
Was it a meet and greet?
It was a meet and greet.
a
Yeah, I
bump
think
into?
they must have shot like an interstitial or something for the show. Like they
that?
just a little. Hey, we're at the Easter show.
segment.
Blah 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 blah. And right now, don't go anywhere. Here's Pokemon. Like that. Like they just shoot they shoot the show from there.
Got it.
So I met them. Don't have any other memories, but just remember meeting them and him being like, "Oh, hey mate, how's it going?" And like, all this stuff.
You're excited.
Very excited.
Did you kick his chair or?
Yes.
You're like, oh, Jaden, what a cunt. Is that his name?
Jade and Ryan, yeah, two guys. Yeah, I was on a rampage. Like I've blocked the rest of it out, but I was just on a rampage that day, just going
Kicking. Walking
Just
and kicking. Someone's chair got in your way. That's their own fault.
The other two stories I have, there's one that I remember to do with my sister Cherie. She, 1 year, I was so excited about getting Showbags. And my Auntie Kristen, not auntie by blood, she gave me a bunch of money because she knew I was excited to go to get Showbags. And I was like, I want to get heaps of Showbags. So she gave me a bunch of money. And then in the weeks that passed, my sister had a friend over and she knew I had that money and they wanted to go down to the shops and buy some lollies and stuff. And they somehow convinced me, hey, you should give us your money. And I was thinking about this earlier because I remembered this story and I was like, I think I know why I gave them the money.
Why?
Because Cherie's friend was hot. Alex something. And I think I wanted to, as a 9-year-old, be like, yeah, you ladies need some cash? Absolutely.
Pull out your money, Cliff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Yes, absolutely. I'm just, I'm absolutely flushed.
Did you get flushed?
I've got some good investments. What do you need?
Did you give them all?
I do remember being so young and not fully understanding the concept of money and not fully realizing and understanding, oh shit. And then I remember like my siblings, Cherie got in trouble. I'm pretty sure Cherie got in trouble. Like she was young. We were young, we were fucking young, maybe 6 and 8 or something. But still, even at that age, I was like,
I thought you were 9.
Was I 9?
Isn't that what you said?
No, I would have been younger. I'll tell you why.
At that age, you knew what a hot girl was.
Yeah, baby girl, remember Ursula? I was 5. My introduction into noticing.
I was 5.
If anybody remembers in this podcast, my Danny Giles.
Yeah, your first crush was
my first.
Ursula.
Well, not my first crush. Maybe my first boner. Maybe my first notice of the female form was Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. I'll stand behind it.
Scream it to the cows.
I will scream it from the top of the world. Big titties, big ass, Ursula. 1995. It was a cold day, but that didn't stop Danny. Anyway, my little penis flipping around in my pants. I know, we've talked a lot about the little penis.
Who's we? You keep saying it. I keep trying to lead you off the topic, but it just keeps coming back.
Okay, so then, anyway, yeah, so that was just a funny story that I remember. The other story that I remember, and this is the last one, and then I want to throw it to you for all your Easter show shenanigans, is this is when I was actually with Cherie and I was with Dad, and we went one year, and I'll never forget this. It was the launch in Australia, or like they were just testing it in the market. Because that's essentially, you go as an adult to the Easter show and now you go, oh, this is just a big fucking product demo thing. All of that. Like all the Woolworths Dome and all this
sales
shit.
Kind of.
It's people going, oh, hey, you've got a test audience here.
Yeah, we want to do a stall.
Literally, you've got thousands of people that are coming through. I mean, like most conferences and events
My work wanted to do a stall.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Should we go to the Easter show? Is it on at the moment?
Maddie, we had this debate last year.
Did we?
We did. We had this conversation last year.
We didn't go, did we?
We didn't go. Yeah.
No, we didn't.
It's expensive. I think we were almost going to go and then we bailed. Look, maybe. But they were launching or testing Yakult.
Oh.
Right? So they had a stand of giving out tiny little, shot size paper cup glasses of
you
paper
made yourself
cup.
sick on your cold, didn't you?
We had no idea what Yakult was. And I think at the time, they didn't really either, or they didn't give the brief, or maybe there was paperwork that we didn't read. We didn't realize, and there were tiny little bottles, but we didn't realize, hey, you're not supposed to just sit there and just fucking hoof these down. But I drank so much Yakult being like, this is the best thing I've ever drank in my life.
No, it's foul.
I like it.
Yuck.
I like it. I think Yakult's yummy. I don't remember getting sick, but I just remember drinking what I would call a dangerous amount.
Yakult. That's a lot of acidophilus and bifidobacillus and cultures and stuff.
Yeah.
Too much good is not always good.
Yeah, I hear. It did not stop me. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you go on a ride in Vom?
No. So this is the thing, and coming back to your point before of like, oh my God, you stayed there till 9? Was
you're all hopped up on your cult. You couldn't go back home.
No, we were waiting for the bus. So this was right at the end. Everything's closed. We've watched the fireworks. The Woolworths Superdome, for whatever reason, was still open. And there was a line.
For the Yakult?
No. For the bus. For the buses to go home.
Okay.
I remember we were waiting or something. So we were waiting to go home. And so we were just sitting there waiting, exhausted, feet exhausted. We got the bus because it was so expensive to park.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, Dad would take us, we'd fucking get all the show bags and then we get a bunch of buses home.
Yeah.
And we fucking would just sit there and just went to town on Yakult while we waited for the transport home, you know?
Were you sick when you got home?
No, I don't remember.
Did you go on the rides?
You know what? I think as a kid, I remember going on rides in high school when I went with high school friends and stuff, but I think as a kid, yes, I'm sure we did, but the rides were never, you know, I don't know.
You didn't like them?
No, I just don't have like a ton of memories of that being the standout. It's like you'd go in, they were expensive, there were long lines. There was so much to do at the Easter show.
Because I remember the opposite. I was sort of like, there's nothing to do here. The rides are obviously the best part. But yes, it was expensive.
So, yeah, let's launch into you. Tell me everything about the Easter show.
Because as you know, we didn't live in Sydney.
Oh, yes! Fuck!
So
why didn't we open with you and not hear about all my Yakult shit? Go on.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time with the Yakult.
And my little penis. Go on.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so it was a very novel experience for me because we only went maybe twice when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
As a fam?
No. So it would be sort of me and I think Phoebe because Eva would have been too young. So our cousin, Smelly, the nickname, don't ask why, I don't know. I guess, I don't know, her name's Isabel, so Isa Smell became a kind of thing. Smelly, eventually.
How good are young girls? Yeah.
And Maddie's just got up on the spare chair.
Buddy.
He wants a microphone.
Oh, buddy.
Give him a mic. Our cousin lived in Sydney.
Yeah.
So we'd, like, you know, twice, I guess, as a kid, we would, we came to Sydney to come to the Easter show with them.
Oh, right. So with your cousin and your Uncle Malcolm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember coming with my mum or dad. I don't know if they ever came with us. So we would kind of stay with my cousin. And
so
we'd
interesting.
Go.
Yeah.
And my favourite part was the rides and the show bags.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all I remember on it.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. The animals.
Yeah.
Do you remember the animals?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So my favourite was the chickens.
Yeah.
Because you'd go see all the different types of chickens. We only really had the brown chickens at home and the silkies, which Mum really loved, you know, the fluffy ones.
Yep.
But you'd see all these different kind of chickens, the ones with the backward curly feathers.
Yeah.
All these beautiful show chickens.
Yeah.
So you'd walk through the animal tent. Oh, chip on a stick.
Oh, yeah. Chip on a stick.
Was a good.
I know you're a vegetarian, but the Pluto Pop.
Pluto Pop.
Yeah, the Pluto Pop, which is
eat them, but
is like a
them.
sausage wrapped in pastries and all that kind of shit. So the show bags.
Yeah.
Now what?
Show bags were a highlight.
That
was very important.
Big part of the Easter show.
Choosing your show bag.
Yeah.
Was really tricky.
This is, I think, one of the main reasons you're going to the Easter show. I know he's very cute.
Yeah.
If you're not leaving the Easter show without a show bag. You're insane if you are.
Yeah.
Even though they're
so expensive.
They're so expensive, and it is.
It's a bunch of shit in it, really.
So, okay, what were your... Because there was a couple of strategies with the show bags that I had.
Yeah.
There was ones that it was like, out the gates, we're definitely getting that one.
Yeah.
What would the...
Because you'd get a couple if you could.
Yeah, because there were cheaper ones.
Depends how much money your parents gave you to get a show bag.
So tell me, what was the
selection?
selection?
Because there were cheaper ones. But it was always... sort of, you'd weigh up how good the lollies were with the accessories you got.
Yep.
Generally, you'd want something cool. I remember always wanting to get those blow-up hammers.
Oh,
so I could go and
good.
whack people on the head.
Yeah.
Run around like you're on Super Smash Brothers.
Yes,
and you've just picked up a hammer.
Yep.
And just whack everybody.
And I remember some of the show bags that I remember, the greatest show bag on earth.
What was in that?
This hammer that you're talking about, I'm almost certain.
Yeah,
let's pull it up.
Research it, Damien.
Yeah, we got to bring that into the lore of our podcast. I think research that Damien.
Yeah. So to tell you the origin of research that Damien, my friend Dash. Shout out to Dash. She's the sweetest angel on earth. We sometimes have horror movie nights at her place because we love horror movies. So it was me, Em, and Dash over at Dash's house. And her partner's name is Damien. And we were talking about the movie. Dash had all these facts about the movie. She's like, oh, this guy directed it. And I think, his brother, this was his brother's name. And then she's like, actually, so I think his brother made, and she's like, I think it was this. Research that, Damien. So she shouts out to Damien, who's sitting sort of next to us
playing
on his computer, playing his
video
computer
games. Yeah.
And so she wanted him to research a fact, and he was like, okay. So he was on his computer researching this for Dash.
So, and she doesn't know this, but this is in it.
We say it a lot now.
It's in our lives.
I told Danny say
research that Damien.
We tell each other.
We joke about calling this guy and going, "Hey, research that Damien," and getting him to look stuff up. Did you ever go watch the Woodchopping? Because the Woodchopping was a big part, and I was thinking about it before, and I was like, it was always confusing. Why you always felt compelled to go watch the Woodchopping, but It wasn't. So the Woodchopping is you're watching a bunch of big burly motherfuckers,
really big guys,
chop wooden blocks with an axe.
Yeah.
And I remember even as a kid, every time, or even as an adult watching it, I never could quite follow it because everybody's just swinging an axe. There's many dudes doing it at the same time, so you don't know who's winning.
And you're sort of like, what's the objective here?
You're just waiting for somebody to go, done, you know? Like there's, you know what I mean? It's not like you're not watching NRL or a race where you can tell who's leading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're all sort of scattered around and they're just chopping these logs of wood and you're sort of like, well, do they have to do it the fastest?
If you walked in, you might not even know it's a competition.
No.
You know what I mean? You might just go, oh, that's a bunch of guys getting ready for winter. Like...
Just getting their firewood ready.
Just getting their firewood ready. Yeah. Everyone's like, why are you... They're like, why are you watching us? You know?
But to be fair, I did like a bit of wood chopping. It was entertaining.
It was fun, and it was one of those things.
I actually wanted to have a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you reckon would win out of you and me?
Me.
What, are you going to find a boyfriend in 2 months? The form's coming up.
I don't know. We don't. There's no other one that we have right now that explains how that has a reaction to that. But I just wanted to bring Simon back.
I did have one other story. It's not Easter show related.
Go on.
But it was one time at Easter. So we used to spend the holidays, so Easter and Christmas and sometimes school holidays at our grandma's place, NB. We didn't live there because at the moment it's confusing because my mum was born where my grandma lived. Her and my dad moved to the North Coast, had us, the kids, and then when mum and dad broke up, we moved back to where my grandma lives, which is inland New South Wales. Okay. So at the time, we didn't live inland New South Wales. We lived in the North Coast. So we'd have to travel to go see my grandma and B. Right. In school holidays. My cousin Smelly and my auntie and uncle and stuff, they would also come from Sydney.
Yeah.
So we'd sort of all meet halfway.
Sure.
Right. For the holidays, and we'd all stay there together, which was fun. Like it was a good fun time, mostly. But my older sister Phoebe and my cousin Smelly would often have sort of run-ins because they're both sort of big personalities. We'd also play Monopoly a lot. So it would be me, Phoebe, Smelly playing these games of Monopoly sort of endlessly. We'd just play and replay Monopoly for some reason. And one time they had a fight during Monopoly, Smelly and Phoebe.
I think Monopoly's ended family relationships for sure. It's a tense game.
It's really tense.
Yeah.
This was at Easter. So there were a lot of Easter eggs just lying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Phoebe picks up.
Oh my God.
It was hollow to start with. Hollow chocolate Easter egg, probably the size of your palm, throws it at Smelly's head across the table and it cracked on her forehead.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not surprising. There's all of the ingredients of that story 100% equal. Like, okay, first of all, you got Phoebe, right? Phoebe.
She's the villain of the podcast for
villain of the
various
podcast.
reasons. Go back
Yeah.
and listen. You'll find out.
Yes. So you got Phoebe, you got Monopoly, you got Easter eggs. I mean, it's
It's a
a
perfect
layup.
storm.
It's a perfect storm. So let's talk Showbags. Let's talk Showbags.
Yeah.
So we're the greatest showbag on earth. Okay, so for us, we always got the Birdie Beetle showbag.
Yes.
Because first of all, Birdie Beetle, if
That's
you
a
don't
banging
know,
chocolate.
it's a fucking great chocolate.
Yum,
From
yum.
memory, they had all these different tiers of Birdie Beetles bags you could get. And I think one of them, from memory, and this is why Dad liked it as well, was $2.
Oh.
I think, yeah. So there was literally a bag and you get like a bunch of chocolates and it was $2.
Cheapo.
Here we go. Birdie Beetle Bonanza Showbag, $20. Do they not have the cheaper version at the moment? I'm going through them.
Well, I'm guessing inflation. Back then it would have been $2.
No, I think they'd stay. I hang on, let's have a look. So Birdie Beetle was always sort
That
of a
was
go-to.
a good one.
And then I think I would get this is I'm trying to sort of remember, but I think I'd want to have one of the one of those greatest show bag on earth, or there was the big sumo bag.
Sumo bag.
Yeah.
I got that a few times.
And I remember, I think they used to actually have TV ads for the specific show bags. Let's have a look, actually.
Definitely.
Sydney Royal Easter Show 1990 show bags commercial. Here we go.
There's only one place in the world where you can get the Aussie Warrior show bag with a mighty M17 rifle,
Yeah, there you
machine
go.
pistol, camouflage, combat headband,
Wow.
bullet belt, and knife.
So they shot
Plus the
this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show bag.
Yeah.
Action
Oh,
plus
there's
with
a
force.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
I think I
show bag.
may have even got it. Yeah,
Probably.
I think I may have even got it. Yeah.
Would not be surprised.
So they had these ads for specific show bags, which is crazy.
Wild.
So I think from memory, what I would do is I'd want to have some cheap chocolate one, then I'd want to try and get one of the big ones, because one of the big ones was it had a whole bunch. It had like sticky hands.
Yeah.
It had the inflatables, which were quite fun. It had all maybe. I don't know, whatever. And then I think I'd always have my eye on one specific bag that related to some property that I was really into. I don't think I ever got
Property.
IP, like Ninja Turtles, Pokemon, all of that kind of shit. So I don't think I ever got a Pokemon one. I feel like Ninja Turtles might have been it. What was your sort of... And then we'd have like, I think Dad would always get the whatever licorice one and
Licorice one.
What
That's
would
such a dad show bag.
so
to
what
get.
I know what would be your
I need to see a list of them because it will probably jump out at me when I see them. The times when we didn't go to the Easter show, but Smelly would go, we would get them to bring
that
us
was a huge thing.
show bag.
That was yes. Oh my God. You would if you didn't go to the show. Yes. Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
just hit me right in the nostalgia organ. Yes. The years that you didn't go to the Easter show, you would elect
someone.
You would find someone, you would give them money to get you the show bags. So you would still get to experience it without the pain of having to go there and drink fucking Yakult as a survival method before the bus comes home to take you back to the northern beaches. So, oh my God, I do remember that. And I think maybe Matt one year picked us up some show bags. You'd give them a shopping list of show bags.
You'd make a list.
Sometimes they would come back and be like, oh no, it was all gone.
No.
I got you this as a substitute. I got you the Smith's chips bag as a substitute. Listen to this. This is on Reddit. Always had to get the Birdie Beetle one every year.
Yeah. The Fizzer sort of Hubba Bubba Warhead one.
Yeah,
That was good.
the Warhead one, because you had all those fucking sours. You could get it in 100%. Yes.
When we were staying at NB's, we'd get all hopped up on showbag lollies and jump around and not sleep.
So much
And our
fun.
mum had to come in and tell us to shush.
It outshunned the Easter egg chocolate. all of those
The lollies.
sour, all of that shit.
Yeah,
It really did.
100%.
Yeah. Are you looking
I
at
think
them?
I probably got the dolly one a few times.
Yeah, okay.
Dolly
I think I
magazine.
might have got the dolly one. I'm joking. What did you get? Honestly, anyone listening, please just send us a message.
Know.
Send us a message on
I'd
Instagram.
be so keen to hear.
And I'm talking anyone. You know, anyone.
Send us a message on Insta.
Just send us a message. I want to know
what are your favourite show bags? Yeah, we want to do more listener content, I guess, and we want to hear from you guys.
Send us a voice note.
Yeah, send us voice notes.
Or message.
Send us a message.
What was your show bag? What was your go-to show bag?
We want to interact more with people that love 90s nostalgia. It'd be fun to talk to some of you guys. And since we did that interview last week, hopefully you will listen to our interview with the original Huge Ass.
Yeah.
We're going to start emailing more original kind of emails. And if you can think of any funny ones,
send us to us on our Instagram.
Send them to us on Insta.
At Remember That Podcast. This is the most like you are just plugging the shit out of all our stuff. You were like you've taken over.
What's going on?
This is great. I love it. No, it's awesome.
I don't normally care this much.
I know.
It's weird.
Yeah. Next week it's going to be Maddie
I
and
normally
someone
just do
else.
this into the microphone.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I kind of want to go to the Easter show now.
I think we should.
Yeah, it is
We
expensive.
should try.
Well, the debate is, and this is what happened last year, I think, was we came so close to doing it and then we bailed because we were like, oh, fuck, it's so expensive to go and this and blah, blah, blah. It's like
You
when
have to
you're
save up for it.
when you're an adult, it all just kind of, it becomes a thing of like, oh man, this is kind of a waste of money.
I think when you're an adult with no kids, it's
hard.
a different sort of thing.
Because if
isn't
you
it?
take a kid, you'll experience. I'm sure. I mean, Cherie's in Brisbane now, but their equivalent of the Easter show is called the Ekka, and she takes Isabel and stuff there, and she would get to experience that just
Sort
the
of
magic through
the
them.
kid.
Yeah, but you're just kind of sitting there and you're just walking around as an adult, and it's a pretty jaded experience where you're
There's a lot of
this is all a fucking rot. This is all just people just ripping us off and all of this kind of shit.
Should we take Maddie?
We could. I don't think. Maybe we could. Yeah. All right.
He's getting sick of it now.
I know. He's like, okay, guys, that's enough talking.
That's enough.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Follow us.
Yeah, if it was a bit of a jump around, sort of, we got distracted a lot, didn't we?
No, I think we nailed it. I think we did good. All right.
But thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next week.
Sign us off, Maddie.
Good night, kids.
Good night, kids.